It's August and it's like 1,000 degrees, and the only thing that I can think of right now is Christmas, and specifically Christmas lights. My wife last year was looking at her house, which was primarily white lights, and she said to me, Bran, I think I kind of want to go color next year. Amazing. I'm thrilled to partake in this. But I feel like I need some expert advice on how to tackle this. And because I kind of have a problem with LED color lights, and I think I need a little bit of advice on the best lights to get to make it look the way that I want it to look. And that is why I was thrilled to connect with Darren from the Christmas Light Emporium. Not only does he run the Christmas Light Emporium and has been doing so for a long time, but he also literally wrote a book on Christmas lights called Twinkle, which is out right now. And so I am thrilled. I emailed Darren and he was happy enough and gracious enough to hop on a call. And I just wanted to know, like, what's the deal with Christmas lights? So here's a little bit of the conversation with Darren, and then I'm gonna fast forward a few months and I'm gonna begin to show you my decorating process and how I did it from beginning to end. Here we go.
I am Darren Vader, and I'm the founder and head elf at the Christmas Light Emporium.
How has that evolved over the past 15 years? How have you seen Christmas lights change in the way in which they're sold and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of change. Change is fast. It used to change really fast. The first 10 years or so, every year there was something different and new happening, mainly due to the evolution of LED lighting that was, in the early days. And at that time, even larger displays, commercial displays, still were using LED strings and bulbs for everything that they did. So we had a lot of business in that space, and over time, those larger displays have sort of evolved to use RGB lighting and way more complex systems to run the types of displays that they do. In I would say most cases, up until about 2 or 3 years ago, and there was this battle, right? Like the bigger the better, the more the merrier sort of situation, right, where all the big commercial displays and a lot of hardcore home decorators, it was all about how big can I go, how loud can I get, and all of those things. And then the great Christmas light fight pops on the air, right. And we've done. I used to own another company that worked in that commercial space, designing and installing those big light shows, yeah. And in that space we worked with a lot of people who've been on that show. And so the proliferation of this bigger is better and louder is better, and everybody trying to outdo each other, it got old real fast for a lot of people. So, really very rapidly over the last couple of years, everything's sort of regressing. People are like, what about tradition? Like, what about just Christmas? Like, where did Christmas go? And so there's this little shift that's been happening again these last couple of years, where a lot of folks are realizing the complexity, the cost, and the difficulty of doing crazy types of displays, and going back to traditional decorating. So it's starting to settle down, where you've got people who will always do crazy and loud and big and bold, and folks who are just sticking with traditional, which is most people, honestly.
Yeah. For you personally, did this come out of an obsession for you? Like, were you obsessed with Christmas lights and you were like, let me get into this space? Or were you somebody who just kind of stumbled into it and has kind of had to figure it out as he goes?
No, you hit it on the head with your first point. It was me and my love of the craziness of it all. And that's how it started, was back around 2003 or 4 probably. I saw a video clip going around Christmas time of this. Actually, I think the first time I saw it was on a Bud Light commercial. They used this guy's house in a Bud Light commercial, and it was his lights dancing to the music. And their tagline was "Enjoy the light." I'm like, clever. But
was it the Trans-Siberian Orchestra song?
it was, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fake. I was like, that's not, like, you can't even do that. That's not real.
Yeah.
And but I couldn't stop thinking about it, you know. And so I was in a Target store one day. I always remember it because suddenly it hit me, like, I know how he did that, and I'm doing it right now. And I bought every single extension cord they had in that store. It was like a whole cart full of extension cords, and it was like $716 on extension cords. And I spent, you know, the next couple of months trying to figure out the hardware and how to do it and all that. And then poof, suddenly we had dancing lights on our house.
All right, I emailed you a picture of what I did last year. This is all warm white. Here's what I want to do. I want this to actually be a growing experience. I want to do it myself as best I can. And I want to really make it look cool, classic. I don't like, moving lights, I like looking at them, but I don't want to do it on my house. I like just a nice classic static display. That's what I'm looking for. If you don't mind just sitting with it a little bit, and if anything else comes to mind that you're like, this would be awesome, or some things that you guys that you sell that you think would be really cool to incorporate that maybe I don't even know about,
Yep.
like the giant snowflakes on the roof. I love that, and I had never thought of it. So like fun stuff like that would be really cool to incorporate in it.
Yep, I did. I made a note to spend a little time, and maybe we just go back and forth a little bit and see what you think.
I love it. But this is it. This is the year. This is the year we really put it together.
So Darren was so kind and sent me so much stuff to decorate with. And I feel like it's going to take me a while to really get through it. Like, he's got me strings and all sorts of different plugs and all sorts of different lights, and it's going to take a while. So I figured it's going to take me a little bit of time. I'm not probably going to be able to do it all in one like morning. So it's October 30th. And I figured what I would just do just to get ready is do two things. One, get a new ladder, because my old ladder, I kind of always felt like I was gonna die just looking at it. So I got this new ladder, which this isn't how it's supposed to be, but it's cool because it's got this like rubber part here that will make it always feel like it's not gonna fall down if it's up against the surface. Anyway, so I got a new ladder, but two, I figured I wanted to test it out, but I wanted to just do a strand of lights, because you got to put, he sent a bunch of individual bulbs, and those bulbs go in whatever order you want to put the lights in. So I'm doing some sort of pattern, and I'm just going to do one strand today just to get started, and then probably in a couple of days I'm going to knock out a bunch more stuff. So let's get started. So up first, we have to put all of the bulbs here. You got those, Chris? All the bulbs onto the strands themselves. And then once we get all of these on to the strings, we'll begin to put them onto the roof. I've got some workers today, working hard. Gavin, working hard, putting the lights onto the strands. This is half the battle. We're doing a pattern, right, guys? We're doing a pattern. Orange. Okay, you say it.
Orange, blue, yellow, red, green.
That's right. Over and over and over again. And these are the big C9 bulbs, which will be going onto the roof. Big ol' clips, which I've never used these types before, so we'll figure out how to do those. So I did want to plug in and see that they work, obviously, before I put them on the roof. It's a big moment. It's always a big moment. And we have some glowing. Let's go. Oh, we're looking good. And obviously it's daytime, but I feel like the coloring is
really nice on these. Really pleased with these ones. I feel like they're all working, which is awesome. So, I maybe goofed. These are really cool shingle hooks. Goes right under the shingle and it'll make all of the lights like stick up and look cool, but you're supposed to go, but you can't. So I'm gonna have to take off each light and put it on correctly, which isn't a huge deal. But you know, you live and you learn. So we'll go do these and see how it goes. First few lights hanging up. And these are like perfect for gutters, which is awesome. You can kind of see it here. I know I need to get this stuff out of my gutter, shove off. But this is, it just kind of snaps right on, and then, yeah, it's gonna look real cool. There it is, all lit up, first time. Pretty cool.
Hey, everybody.
Just the beginning. See what we can do later. Woo! It is a little after 8 a.m. here on November 1st. It's time to put up the rest of the outside decorations. So I think my plan, because I still haven't like opened up all the boxes that I got, I'm gonna go open everything up. I have an idea of what's all here, but I just want to see it all and then kind of come up with some sort of plan of attack for how I'm gonna get it all up. So let's do it. So just light wise, we've got a few more bags of the C9 lights with the C9 sockets. We got a bunch of vampire plugs, which will hopefully make it to where there's not a lot of excess wires anywhere. Got some C7 lights with C7 plugs, which I think are gonna go around the windows on the outside, I think is my plan. Bunch of net lights for my bushes. Those are also colors. Then some regular strands of mini colors, which I don't quite remember what I'm gonna do with. Maybe around the door was the plan. And then a bunch of white lights, which are gonna go around the tree and will pop really nicely with the star things that are gonna be on top of the roof, which I think are in those boxes. I'm gonna go find out. So inside that box were 3 different light things. We got this elf that's carrying gifts, this big stocking, which is awesome, and then this like palm tree thing, which is pretty fun. So got to figure out where to put those in the yard, but incredible. I'm so excited. So yes, in those boxes were the stars. So these will go on the roof, kind of just sitting on the rooftop, which I think will look so cool. Super excited about those. Oh boy, lots to do. Well, it's like an hour later. I had some ladder problems. I was trying to get this thing to, I don't know, it's fine, I'm fine. But I'm on the roof, which isn't my favorite place to be, but here we are, we did it. I've got some stuff here. I'm gonna need the rest of the regular lights and then try to also get cords down for the snowflakes to sit on the roof. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so did this little section here. I didn't really know what to do with the top, so I just went into the shingle. Once it's up there, it'll go on the little thing there, but I don't know, I guess that's right. And then just kind of poking around here. So just a little bit more to do. Well, it wasn't quick. It took about 2 hours, I think, but got ourselves lights up there. Got those snowflakes where they go. I'll do a thing about how I did these vampire plugs. I never did it before, but it's actually pretty cool, and it gives you exactly what you need as far as electrical plug goes. So that's pretty cool, but there it is. Now we just gotta do these boys
do around the window, put out the things on the yard, but we're getting there. So Gavin and I have been working really hard. Gavin, you can give people a tour of what we've been doing, okay?
Yep.
So we did the net lights on the big bushes, right?
Yes.
And then we put this, what is that, a stocking?
Yes.
There. And then what's this over here?
A palm tree.
Palm tree over here. And then what else? What's this guy over here?
Elf.
An elf, yep. And then we got some more net lights on there. So we got to run power. So we'll run power to each of these things. And then we will do the lights around the windows. And
Lights.
we got those too. We got those too. All right, let's see what happens. This is the end of day 2. I think we'll be done tomorrow with everything. There is some stuff that I've put up that I haven't plugged in yet, so it shouldn't be that much more work. But I'm pleased. Good day, good look, good fun, good Christmas. It is November 2nd. It's kind of early, and we are up, and we are beginning to wrap lights all around this big tree. Now, we're not going to be able to go up crazy high, but we got a good bit of strands here. We got more over there that Grizz is doing. What?
And my name is Gavin, and we might go up
All the way high?
No, all the way up to that hole.
Wow. So we'll see what happens, but that's the first mission of the day.
Yeah!
Woo! So, I've got to say, all the stuff that I've gotten from the Christmas Light Emporium has been phenomenal. The biggest game changer have been the introduction to what's called vampire plugs, which is what the professionals use to make everything look so nice and tidy and stuff. But you get a bunch of this long cable that's specifically made to do stuff like this, and I ran it all the way across the front of the house, and then I'm able to put these female plugs anywhere I want to on this line to line up with a plug that's right above me, the window. So I ran those lights around my window. Now I'm going to run a cord from there right down to here, and it's going to look awesome. So that's the biggest game changer here, because there's no more like running crazy amount of extension cords. It's just all like one cord, and you kind of run off of that, which is awesome. But it's pretty easy to do once you kind of get used to it and know where to line things up and whatnot. And I'm not like an electrical person, so but you're looking for this groove side here, and you're wanting to put that. Here's the big plug here. The big side of it is right there. So you want the ribbed side to be on the right side of the big part. So you just kind of put it wherever you want it on the cord. Pinch it down. There's like these little tooths, which is why you call it the vampire plugs. And then you slide this guy right over top of it. Bada bing, bada boom. You got yourself a plug. So then I'll make another one, which goes from here to there, the exact length. It's pretty crazy. And I don't know why anyone would ever buy an extension cord at this point, because these things are so awesome. I mean, I know it's like probably not what you should do for like high voltage stuff, but is dope. So you can't tell because it's still daytime outside, but everything is good, except I still got to do the garland around there on the porch. But we're in business here, guys. We've got the fun thing there. This is popping off. These are some old little blow molds that I got that I just really like, so I still put those up. But everything is plugged in and it is working. One thing that I'm excited to see how it looks at nighttime is these net lights, because they kind of fade in and out. I don't know if you can really see that right now. So I think that'll help give it a little bit of motion with everything else that's going on. It would be cool. So yeah, all I gotta do is these Garland is going to go there and across that, and then I think over the doorway. Then we'll be in business. All right, the final items are up. We've got this garland that I got kind of hanging on the walkway here. I decided to do something crazy and do mini color lights and mini white lights. One of the things that Darren talked about was that if I just did color, it would kind of get lost in all of the color, and so I still wanted to do color, so I did a little combo. I couldn't figure out how to do a garland around the door. It kept falling off and I didn't have hooks, so I just did the lights and we'll see how it looks. And then a wreath will go right there, but I don't have a hook for that. So, but aside from that, we are in business. Only a couple hours until it's dark. We'll see how it looks. All right, we did it. All the lights on the roof, all the lights around the window, all of these things. That is so bright. The lights are on the door and along the thing. It's amazing, amazing. I'm so happy with the way that it turned out. And I'll be back in a second with my closing thoughts on this whole process. So I'm a few days into having the lights on my house, and I just wanted to give my final thoughts on the whole process. One, Darren was incredible, and everything that he sent, from the big bulbs to the net lights to everything in between, was amazing. I'm so picky about the color LED lights, and I was worried that they were going to be too harsh, but they're perfect. They're the perfect temperature. I think that they got that classic vintage flair to it. As somebody who doesn't do this for a living and was pretty nervous going into it, especially getting up on the roof and stuff, I'm so happy that I did it. One, because it was a challenge. It did take longer than I anticipated it, and I think I learned a lot of lessons along the way. But it was just so much fun to actually do it myself and to see this project through from beginning to end with the help of Darren and the team over there. I've put links in the description of all of the stuff that they sent over, so if you want to get some of these lights, you can as well. Huge shout out to Darren and the Christmas Light Emporium for everything that they sent over. It's incredible. I'm so happy. And something happened the other day. It was like 2 days into having the lights, and this guy and his family drove down the street on a golf cart, and they cheered at the house. So, pretty cool. So, this was so much fun. Thank you all so much for watching. It was a long one, but hopefully you liked it, liked seeing the process. And if you have any questions about the process and anything like that, throw a comment, and I'll get back to you. Bye. Merry Christmas.